What's up everyone, it's Goatmoon. Today I'm going to be doing another list video, the top 10 most hateful albums I know. This is not necessarily based on quality. I like all these albums, but it's not, if I like the album and it's not hateful, it's not going to be on here. It's only based on how hateful the album is. But they happen to all be amazing albums. So we are listening to Kreator and This Pain because this is one of the most hateful albums ever, and it's just fucking brilliant. I almost put it on the list, but there's another Kreator album I wanted to put instead. So, alright, let's just get the records out of the way. Number one, well, not number one, it's like the first record. We have Demolition Hammer, Epidemic of Violence. Demolition Hammer, New York, death metal, thrash, whatever, legends. I'm a fan of the first two records, but this one is just retardedly heavy and aggressive. Skull Fracturing Nightmare, Human Dissection, Orgy of Destruction, Carnivorous Exception, Deicide, all of these albums, all these songs are on par with the most aggressive death metal you'll ever hear. If you compare this to like Morbid Saint or Deicide or, I don't know, Carcass, it's not the same, it's a different style, but you can compare them in terms of aggression, and this is just as brilliant. Skull Fracturing Nightmare is one of the best thrash songs ever. I hate calling it thrash because it's so good, it's so aggressive. Calling it thrash feels like an insult in a way. But yeah, Skull Fracturing Nightmare, Deicide, Carnivorous Exception, Human Dissection, all fucking incredible songs. And this album just reeks of testosterone and bitter, petty hatred, and it's just brilliant. So, you probably have heard this record, but if you haven't, check it out, because it's one of the most badass albums you'll ever hear, and it's just catchy beyond belief. It's just fantastic. So, next record, totally different direction. We have Goatmoon, Death Before Dishonor. I don't listen to black metal that much anymore. I listen to death metal and war metal, hence the Beharit. But straight up black metal I don't listen to that often. But this album is brilliant. Can't read the track listing, which is stupid as fuck. But yeah, this is NSBM, Pure Blood, Black Metal Winter, I can't read any other ones. But yeah, all these songs are raw black metal in the vein of like Satanic Warmaster or Nocturnal Mortem, like Ye Christ era Nocturnal Mortem. So really hyper aggressive and raw, nihilistic, nationalistic black metal. As I said, I don't listen to NSBM. I don't listen to black metal that much, let alone NSBM. But this album just strikes a chord. It's so passionate in its delivery, and it's just incredibly well done. This album really is a tin can production. Like, it's comparable to like Mutilation or Satanic Warmaster or like Vlad Tepes in terms of production, but I think it's really well done, and it aids the music. It doesn't make it feel shitty and like kind of amateurish. It aids the music because this is a very hateful record, and it makes the hatefulness come out even more because it's so raw. It makes it feel like it's more spur of the moment hate, as opposed to them coming up with, okay, how do I sound hateful? This is just very off the cuff, and it's just brilliant. One of the best black metal albums of all time. I don't listen to it enough, and it's just fantastic. So yeah, Goatmoon, Death Before Dishonor, one of the most just hateful records you'll ever hear. I think this is better than any Satanic Warmaster, most Nocturnal Mortem. It's just, yeah, it's incredible. Goatmoon. Alright, first CD, tape, we have Unholy, Dead Girls Don't Say No. This is Australian grindcore, black metal, death metal, noise. It's everything, really. But yeah, Unholy, if you don't know, they are kind of similar to like Anal Cunt, but they are just miles better, I think. They are similar to Anal Cunt in the sense of what they sing about, parts of the vocal style, but the majority of this album is noise, I'd say. Unbelievably aggressive guitar to the point it sounds more like something like Intolerantarian or like Kapala, or like Pig's Blood, something really fucking noisy and aggressive, like Tetragrammacyte, that kind of shit. So it's like that, mixed with like the guitar of Anal Cunt, or like Napalm Death, and then the vocals of like Morbid Florist era Anal Cunt, and then Bestial Warlust. So it's really a compilation of all the really insane styles that you know. And all these songs are killer. I think there's, I want to say like 6 songs on here, and all of them are all of them are a little over a minute long. And this album is 5 minutes long, so it's very, very, very short. But yeah, this is a very fucking insane, hateful album. I'll show you. There's another release I own by them. This is the Squashbowls Undenism split. Not as good. I prefer Dead Girls Don't Say No, but both are fantastic. And yeah, both bands on this are sick. Squashbowls is kind of reminds me a lot of Zooms, whereas, like I said, Undenism is like Anal Cunt or like Bestial Warlust. So yeah, Undenism, Dead Girls Don't Say No, fucked up beyond belief, and just incredibly well done. Now, the next release is a totally different avenue from Goatmoon and Undenism. We have Deicide. Now, Deicide, as you all know, changed the blueprint for death metal. Before this, you had Pestilence, you had Terrorizer, you had Compulsion, you had Slaughter, you had Morbid Angel, you had the Immolation demos, you had the first 2 Carcass records, you had the first 2 Cannibal records, first Autopsy records with the demos. So it was a lot out of the time, but it still was a new genre. And Deicide was one of the most ambitious and just insanely aggressive. This is a very aggressive record. Say Morbid Angel, Immolation, those albums are sick and demented and just awesome, but they're not particularly aggressive. They're kind of, a lot of them are pretty mid-paced. But Deicide, I think, is the first band of that category to just go full balls to the wall, aggressive hatred. Especially Sacrificial Suicide, Dead by Dawn, the title track, and Day of Darkness. This whole album is just pure, sick hatred, especially in Glenn's vocals. Glenn has the vocals of like a banshee, you know, and then the bass work or the guitar work, it's all heavy beyond belief. So yeah, Deicide, unbelievable record that you probably all know, and if you don't, you get the fuck on that. I have the flag, as you can see, of Legion. Alright, Anal Cunt, Morbid Florist. Anal Cunt is a band that you probably all know. Grindcore legends, started in the early 80s, and they have some of the most retarded song titles ever, mainly on the mid-90s stuff. This is early 90s. This is 91, 92, 93, I think. And this is by a mile their best album. It also happens to be their most aggressive, I believe, because the early demos, which I have right here, they were more or less noise, war noise, similar to, again, like Involtarian. So in the demos, they were just incomprehensible bullshit. Happens to be really good, I think, but it's just insane. There's no rhythm to it. It's just pure chaos. With this album, they're still close to that sound, but it's a bit more cleaned up. Song number 5, Siege, Radio Hit, Unbelievable, all very refined songs, but when it is aggressive, it is as aggressive as anything you've ever heard. Anal Cunt as a band is kind of dismissed as a joke to a lot of people, and I get it because they are very on the nose, but I think they have always taken themselves very seriously, especially with this release, because goddamn, this record is just unbelievably hateful and nihilistic and just sick sounding. So Anal Cunt, you should check out Anal Cunt if you've not heard them, but this album especially is brilliant. Morbid Florist, released in, I believe, 92. Alright, Profanatica. Profanatis D. Domata. This is the first full length from Profanatica. They had tons of, I believe, 4 demos up until this point, and then a collection album, and then like Mojave Head material. But this is the first full length from Profanatica, and this is some fucking sick shit. Mocked, Scored, and Spit Upon, Scourging and Crowning, Fallen God, Thrown to Heaven, Betrayal of the Lamb. All these songs are masterpieces, and it's just the peak of the United States black metal. This is similar to like Vaughn, or Beherit, or Blasphemy. The only thing is, this is way better than any of it. It's comparable to Beherit. I like Beherit just as much as them. But Profanatica steamrolls basically every band from the Norwegian scene, Swedish scene, and almost all of the Finnish and American scene. So yeah, Profanatica, just very sick and demented vocals. They just feel nasty. You know, it's like you take a shower after listening to this album. With bass that is unbelievable and guitar that is distorted beyond belief. Just a masterful record that if you have not heard, you need to, because Profanatica is one of the best bands of all time. And if you don't know them, then you're missing the fuck out. I have the flag there as well. Alright. This might be the most hateful album. This is the most hateful album I've ever heard. It has been like that for years, and it will remain that way. Conqueror, War Cult Supremacy. This is an album I've talked about so much, but not only will I never get tired of it, I will always be blown away by it. Conqueror is a band I own everything by, a band I own multiple shirts by. I own the flag, right there, right there. So I own everything by Conqueror. I own everything by Revenge. I'm a fucking fanboy of Conqueror. And we put out the Antichrist Superiority demo in '96, Nuclear Cult Supremacy in 2014, and then War Cult Supremacy 1999. And this is my favorite metal record of all time, like quite a bit. This record is just the sound of barbaric hatred put into a totalitarian sound. It sounds like an onslaught against your ears. It sounds like a militarized version of like just pure hatred. Chaos, Domination, Dominator and Victus, Blood Hammer, and Infinite Majesty are my favorite songs. It's kind of funny. I've always thought it was Chaos Damnation, not Chaos Domination, which I think Chaos Damnation sounds way cooler, but whatever. Chaos Domination, one of the best war metal songs, black metal songs ever. It's, it's very, 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 very fast, and then it has that mid-pace section. This album is just retardedly aggressive. Doesn't let up for 1 second. It never gets old. It's always memorable. It's always, when you listen to it, you always go, holy shit, why am I listening to this? What did I do wrong in life to listen to this? And I love it because it's just so ungodly aggressive and hateful. And this came out over 26 years ago, 25 years ago, and it is still unparalleled to this day. No war metal, no grindcore, no death metal has ever come as close to being aggressive as this. And it's just unbelievable. So yeah, War Cult Supremacy, best album of all time, and the most hateful. Alright, for the final one, we have a bit of a different angle. We have Kreator, Pleasure to Kill. Now, this is a weird album, because this is part of the big four of the German thrash scene. And the American thrash scene with Anthrax, Megadeth, Metallica, and Slayer, you don't listen to those bands and think, oh man, this is really underground, hateful shit. The German scene, you kind of do. Tankard, not like that at all. Destruction, yeah. Sodom, yeah. But Kreator blew those bands out of the fucking ballpark. I'll be honest, I love the first four. I love the first 4 Sodoms. I love the first 3 Destructions. But this record blows it out of the fucking water. Kreator, to me, is the most intense band from that era by a decent amount. The only thing that comes close is Sarcophago and Reykjavik Faction. But Kreator, to me, is the king of that fucking sound. Of that 80s sound. Death is Your Savior, Pleasure to Kill, Rite of Violence, the Pestilence, Carrion, Take Their Lives. This album is just insane. very, very hateful and sick sounding black metal, death metal, thrash metal. This is just everything. I would say this is closer to death metal than black metal, but has a lot of black metal elements. It has those kind of like sarcophagus-esque screams, you know. So it's really, really brutal black death metal. Really brutal thrash metal. This is not clean thrash metal by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, Kreator, Pleasure Kill. Not only one of the most aggressive, one of the best albums of all time. It's probably my top 20, maybe top 10. So yeah, if you've not heard this, you are fucking missing out. So yeah, this is what we covered. And then these two masterpieces. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to comment below the most hateful albums you know. I could have just been bullshit and included every Revenge album, or like Concrete Winds, or like Slaughter Lord, or like, I don't know, Blackwood Tree. I could have included every war metal release I own, but that would have been a cop out. And frankly, Kreator steamrolls most war metal. So yeah, please feel free to let me know what you think of the albums I talked about. And let me know some of your favorite, most hateful albums, whatever you want to talk about. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.